Hey, everybody, welcome into the Arena Fantasy Series discussion portal here on the Arena Productions YouTube channel, as well as for all of you patrons, there will be a ad-free version going up. So anyway, I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley. Burley, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you, Expat?
I'm doing good, doing good. Had a great weekend, watched Indy Jones last night. Of course, we're going to be doing an Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny review and recap video later on down the road here. But of course, for our fantasy series discussion portal, of course, The Witcher is back, Burley.
Yep.
Season 3 of The Witcher has begun on Netflix. So episode 1, called Shaerrawedd. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that. We're going to recap the episode. So I'm going to go ahead and start the slideshow, and we're going to discuss the episode. But before I get it started, I just want to let all of you know that, of course, there's going to be spoilers throughout this video. So if you have not watched the episode on Netflix yet, please go and watch it and then come back and enjoy our video here, because there's going to be spoilers throughout. So that's your spoiler warning. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, Burley. So first up, we get these guys. They come into, looks like some kind of barn, and they're after Geralt. You know, it's like they're looking for Geralt and Ciri. I mean, it's like the season is starting where they're all Geralt and Ciri and Yennefer. They're basically on the run.
Yep.
And so they're looking for Ciri and for Geralt. And then of course they go outside the barn there, and there's Geralt waiting for him. And boy, oh boy, I mean, just the sword action in this is just amazing. I mean, just how he just takes out these guys with ease. What did you think of that?
I love that he's just standing out there. He's like, basically, like, alrighty, who wants to die first?
Yeah, and I mean, and then that last guy, it's like I love the camera angle of it, because it's like it looks like Geralt is looking right at you. And then he just flicks that sword, and then it's like the guy falls down, and of course his head's chopped off and all. So yeah, I mean, I just love that part. So yeah, they're on the run, and they're just going from place to place to place, And one thing I have to say, and here is the symbol of the first episode, and of course every Witcher episode has like a different symbol, but I mean, it's the background and the areas of the world where they're filming this, so beautiful. I mean, the scenery that we see here, I mean, that's what I love about these Witcher episodes. I mean, all of the backgrounds and the areas of the world where they're filming this. So yeah, I mean, they're going from place to place, and they're staying for a brief period of time, and then they're moving on because their enemies are catching up to them. But I like here where at this stop, it looks like it's near the ocean, and Geralt is supposedly like fishing for squid or something like that. But as soon as they get here, though, it's like he lets Ciri in, but then he stops Yennefer, because obviously what happened in the second season. So spoilers for those of you who have not seen the second season yet. Like I said, please go and watch them on Netflix. That's your spoiler warning. Okay. But anyway, basically Yennefer was trying to trade Ciri's life to get her powers back in season 2, towards the end of the season. And so the trust has been lost between Geralt and Yennefer. And so Geralt does not trust her to go in with Ciri. So she has to stay in her own little cabin, at each of these stops. So what did you think of that, Burley?
I like this. Like, it continuing on from season 2. And like, I love Geralt, every place they're going to is like giving them the coin, saying, for your discretion.
Right.
Because he's given them probably more than he normally would, just so no one tells who or what's staying there at these places. And I love the thing with him and Yen. He just does not want to talk to her, and you've got in the image here the knife on the door. Yen's writing the notes saying this and that.
Yeah, dear friend.
Yeah.
It's like every note starts with a dear friend. Yeah. So, but anyway, she's trying to give him the message and all, and of course, how Geralt is. He's always like, So anyway, Yennefer's training Ciri, and she's having difficulties in the beginning here. I mean, she's got so much potential and she's so powerful, but she doesn't know how to harness it yet. And Yennefer's trying to get that out of her. And of course, here's Geralt, and he's reading one of the notes, of course, left by Yennefer again. So, and then here's the image of some, of the enemies coming, and they're going to burn the compound down here, obviously. But Geralt and Ciri and Yennefer have already taken off. So, and then we get to another compound here, and Yennefer is, of course, looking at Geralt as he's playing with Ciri here, as they're bringing, it looks like a boar, for food and everything. And and in one of the notes, Yennefer is saying to Geralt, please make sure to not expend a lot of Ciri's strength when you guys are playing around, because she needs it to train. And then she says in the note, less meat and more wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one. That was funny, and it's nice to see the bonding moments between Geralt and Ciri. Them to be able to take it easy, even though they're on the run, but relax, have some fun.
Yeah. And you see there the tree, and she tries to make it bud with all the flowers, and it breaks apart. And then we get to the dwarf. I mean, this was a cool part here. The bad-mouthed dwarf.
Back from season 2.
Yeah. I love this guy. And he's like, of course, you're gonna have to pay me for this later. Yeah. I mean, so this was a cool part of the episode, in the sense that it's like the winter season, so they've been traveling around for months now. And of course, Ciri's been training, as well as Geralt training her, in combat as well. But we get this cool moment here where they're ice skating and everything. And now he finally, lets Yennefer back in, when she was wanting some wine and all. And so you get them at the dinner table here, and the scene here where, it's almost like they're getting more serious with each other, but then again, Geralt is still being stubborn, and then she says goodnight, and then he's like, after like another 10 seconds, good night. But so they continue the training and everything here. So yeah, I mean, I liked the chemistry that was building between Yennefer and Ciri as well. And then we get to the scene here with in the dungeon area, where it's like they're feeding the beasts and all. And the one fire mage, he's basically coming up, and he's going to get the guy on the right in this image here. He's going to, to basically bribe him into, letting out this beast so that it could trail Ciri, because he has some of Ciri's blood from, I think it was at the end of season 2. So that he could give the scent to the beast to go and find Ciri. So what did you think of this part, Burley?
Yeah, this was cool. They're using another monster from the books, the series, and having it use it instead of, because they've just, as they've been telling you, they've been hitting caravan after caravan and no luck. So why not you do something different? Use a beast for tracking.
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting about this episode at the beginning here is like everybody is after Ciri, basically. And here, of course, we have the elf situation here, and it's like the alliances are being fractured as we see things going on here. So we see the brother here, and this guy here, obviously he's having problems with the way things are being handled. His men are dying, and he's like, what is going on here? When you're after this one girl, where we could be allying ourselves with Nilfgaard, who basically would give us pretty much the entire continent to roam around and to be free again. So what did you think of this guy and his grievances with the elven woman here?
I liked it. It was just like, because every time they go back to him, he's giving you more and more points. He's like, We're spending all this time. We're spending the resources. We're losing men doing this, losing more and more elves over trying to find one girl. And you got the back and forth between him and the other. I'm just going to call them high elves.
Yeah,
just arguing back and forth. It was really, really well done.
Yeah. And so we get back to the kingdoms here, and then of course, this king and of course his spy network. Of course, things aren't working out, and he wants to get his brother into helping with the to try to get Ciri, because he wants to the king of Redania there. He wants to marry Ciri, obviously. And you see the spies here. They're talking about what their next moves are and everything. So we see all the politics taking place here. We see the mage, and then of course we get to the festival here. And of course, Ciri basically had to get permission from Geralt to go to this festival, and so of course Ciri here in the maze. It's cool where of course the monster comes up here, and this monster kind of reminds me kind of like a roly-poly in a sense, how it was rolling around through the corridors there, coming at her. And then and then she tries to use the magic that Yennefer has been teaching her, and then obviously we find out that Yennefer is basically behind her, actually doing all of the work. So,
and it just takes Ciri's confidence right down, because when she does, I think it's like the second casting of it, she feels confident because it actually pushes it back quite a bit. She's like, okay, I'm not in true danger. And then you get Geralt that comes in. He has a little bit of trouble, but still easily beats the beast.
Yeah. and then we get to the scene here with Vesemir. I mean, this is cool. The
bard.
The bard. I mean, he's like, he's got his girl up there, and she's like throwing all of his clothes down and everything, and then it gets to the point where she's gonna throw his guitar down there at him too. So but then obviously we get of course the Redanian prince, of course the king's brother here, and he's got the guitar. I think he catches it, actually.
You mean lute? It's not a guitar.
The lute. Okay, yeah. So I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's like a medieval guitar, I guess you could say. But so I mean, they're trying to get him to to go along with their plan and everything, and obviously he's great friends with Geralt and Ciri and Yennefer and all. And basically there's this caravan, and basically Geralt and them get him to be a part of this caravan, to be kind of like a decoy to draw out the fire mage and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. So it's a neat idea, because they realize, they talk after the night of the festival. Okay, he's not going to stop till he has Ciri. Let's use a caravan, put her out in the open, and just let him come for her, and then spring the trap and get him. Yeah. And it's funny how Radovid is the name of the brother, of course, of the king. He's like, he's really playing. I mean, Philippa is like, obviously she's in control and everything in a sense, but it's funny. It's funny how Radovid is really enchanted, so to speak, with Vesemir. I thought that was pretty interesting. So I think that'll be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the season. But anyway, then we get to Shaerrawedd, and of course we have the image here of Shaerrawedd, and obviously Shaerrawedd was a place that was erected because of the Elven Queen at the very beginning, I guess we could say, that fought the humans. And of course, they perished and everything, so they erected that up for her. So anyway, they get there, and we get the scenes here with Geralt and Ciri, of course, being half elven and half human, trying to come to terms with the fact that, I don't want, all of this war and fighting between elves and humans. I want to be able to be kind of like the bridge that brings them together and all. And Geralt, was, trying to respect her optimism, but then again, it's like, the world that we live in, it's like he doesn't.
Good luck trying to get that done.
He doesn't believe in it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, so we have Francesca here, of course, the elf, and she's gonna send basically these squirrels, so to speak, the faction of elves, to go and attack the caravan. But that's not really what she's going to do. She's basically lying to them and tricking them into going to Shaerrawedd to try to get Ciri. So anyway, we're getting to the point here where they, confront Ciri at Shaerrawedd. Yeah, I mean, yeah, here we are here. So we get the fire mage and all, and he comes out, and basically, they were trying to draw him out, which they were successful doing. But then we see Ciri here, and we see how she can use her combat skills, and then of course this portal that the mage tried to get through, the fire mage, and so Yennefer keeps it open so Geralt could go after him, and then of course, he's spreading fire out. But then I love the part where Geralt basically just takes the guy's hands and snaps them.
Yeah. He realizes, because like he sees the arrows come through the portal, he's like, okay,
yeah,
dealing with this guy, if I break his hands,
yeah,
at least for a while, he isn't going to be a problem. I need to get out there. I need to protect Yennefer and Ciri.
Right.
So he breaks the hands quick, grabs his sword, and jumps through the portal, because he knows Yen is holding that portal open. She can't do it forever.
Right.
And with arrows and stuff coming, he has to go quick. So I like that. He makes the quick decision. Not fully neutralize, but reduce the threat for a bit, and go out there and make sure Ciri and them are safe.
Right. And hats off to the dwarves, man. They come out there and they give a good fight. They're
kicking some ass.
They were kicking some butt. They were kicking some butt. But then, of course, you get the elves come in there, the squirrels. They come in, and it's like they were. Geralt got out of the portal, and then he started taking over and just kicking butt. And then they had to retreat. And obviously, Francesca's brother, of course, gets killed by Geralt. But then they have to retreat and all. So Geralt and Ciri and, of course, everybody is safe for the moment here. And we see here, Geralt with, Vesemir and everybody. And, of course, we see Geralt basically forgiving, towards the end of the episode, Yennefer. And, of course, they have to split up again because of the threat. And so Geralt is basically going after that fire mage again. He wants to, take him out once and for all. And that's what, and we see, of course, Vesemir, he's talking with Philippa and the prince, and saying, I'll agree to your terms of getting Ciri, to your kingdom for safety, but you have to take out that fire mage for us to earn the trust, Yeah. So, but I don't know how that's going to go down with Geralt, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah. And then the ending scenes here, we get, of course, the King of Nilfgaard, who is actually, as we find out in season 2, he is actually Ciri's father, and he starts burning photos, or pictures or paintings or whatever of his wife and of his other family members, except for the picture of baby Ciri. Which is interesting. So as we see here, so the picture of baby Ciri. It'll be interesting to see what happens as we progress through the series with the King of Nilfgaard and how he tries to pursue Ciri as well. So all in all, I think, it was a very good first episode. A lot of action, a lot of good sword play at the beginning and towards the end there in Shaerrawedd. So I'm really excited to see more of this. What are your final thoughts, Burley?
It was a really well put together episode. I really did enjoy it, and it's got me wanting more. That's the thing. It makes me want to go watch 2 through 5 now. When I watched this, I watched it kind of later in the night.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't want to be up till 3 in the morning because these are long episodes. So it was like, okay, I just stopped myself, but I can't wait to see the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's what I like about them, though. They're about an hour long. There's a couple of them that are like 50 minutes or so, but I think the first episode was like an hour and 5 minutes, or something like that. So we'll try to do our recap and review of episode 2 next week for you all here on the Arena Production. So let us know in the comments what you thought of episode 1 of season 3, and what you thought of the performances of all the actors, and what did you think of course, the political situation going on there. And those of you that have read the books, I mean, how do you like how they're doing the TV series compared to the books? And, what kind of parts they're missing out on, or what they're leaving out to do the TV series? Let us know in the comments. And if you like this episode, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe and notification bell for when we drop, of course, a new episode here of the Arena Fantasy Series Discussion Portal and all of our other content here on the Arena Productions. So with that said, I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley. We hope to catch you in the next recap and review episode for Season 3, Episode 2, sometime next week when we get it up here on YouTube, as well as the ad-free version for our Patreon, the Arena Productions Patreon. So anyway, take care, everyone, and we hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.